All right, folks, welcome back. It's our weekend commentary. Another week, another dollar. All right, so we are looking at the dollar index, and I'm a little pressed for time today, so I'm in a different area of my home, so it may be a little different acoustic. Plus, I don't have the slides done, so we're going to be doing things commando. So here we have the dollar index taunting me. Okay, didn't quite get up into that blue area. I thought for sure we were going to get it today. It was really pressing up in there, but just didn't do it. But anyway, I think it's pretty good. Probably get better over the next coming 30 years. Right now, I want to kind of like prepare you for just teachings. Okay, just teachings. That way my videos will be just lessons only. Okay, I have to stop the commentaries because what's more important, me telling you what's going to happen or you understanding how to do this yourself? Okay, because that's really what we've got to tie up these loose ends, and then we can relax and go back through the content as charter members in the forum and spend time there, increasing your understanding. I have other things I'll teach you, but the core content, the charter stuff, and once I get back from holiday on April 1st, no, it's not a April Fool's joke, but after I take the month of March off, my family and I'll be returning back to the price action models, and I'll resume one model per month with the algorithmic theory. Okay, but that's not the only teaching. We have other lessons I got to get through. But I want to spend my time teaching over the next couple weeks and going into March, and then on the other side of March and April, we'll have that whole month will be predominantly lessons. Anything that's noteworthy, I can pass off, in general commentary, but I don't want to spend a long time like I'm doing usually with pulling up the charts individually, doing this and doing that. There's plenty of time on the other side of the teachings. Okay, so when we get into like May, that's when the spring is here. I'll go back into the commentaries there, which I'm going to kind of like answer a question I got in the email. There's a fellow in the mentorship that's going nuts right now because he sees a small premium in corn. They're all probably going to go to a premium, but right now it's not time to buy it. Okay, it's not any interest yet for me. The reason why, because it's staring you right in your face right now. The dollar's going up. Okay, commercial bull markets are going to be better if these markets see a declining dollar or a consolidating dollar, and this one's going higher. So it makes it hard for, not impossible, but it makes it hard for a commercial bull market to appear in a mega trade. Doesn't mean the markets can't go up, because they have, obviously. But I'm not chasing those little moves. They happen all the time. I'm looking for that parabolic move. Okay, so I appreciate your enthusiasm, but you can relax. I don't see it there yet, okay? All right, so where is this at? All right, daily chart. Just going to continue looking for that level up here. And since I'm here, let me just pop off the weekly chart. And here's that little area here. I know some of you commented, I like when you do it like this. It's more engaging. I can see where you have everything anchored. Well, that's part of the study also. I'm trying to save myself time, but yeah, this candle's low, this candle's high. That little imbalance there. Didn't quite close it in, so I'm looking for that to actually trade into it. Now, what will be interesting is, does it go up there, hit that, close it in, and then sell off? Holy cow, if it does that, that will really get me interested in commodities right away. And I'll probably have to start talking about that at least, even if it's in the forum or something like that. But yeah, I'm just watching this level here. Now, if it goes through it and comes back down, finds some support, man, we're going higher for dollar. Commodities will still be able to rally, if they're in a small premium market, but it's not going to be the same without the dollar index doing what's necessary. So anyway, let's go back into lower time frame, hourly. Okay, and this is why I don't do, and I don't know why that looks like that, but it is what it is. So you can see we got real close to my objective, but I'll get lucky one of these days. But the idea is that we're probably going to look to see going higher. Yes, that's what I'm thinking, but do we see it retrace back into this area here? Take out some sell-side liquidity. I like the idea of it having done that. I watched it today. I was waiting for it to try to do that, but then it just meandered around. I'm hitting it like I'm going to toggle forward in the PowerPoint. No, you have to really do some effort in here, ICT. All right, so 15-minute time frame. Again, this is another thing I don't like because I got to scale everything. Small little SIBI trades up into that, and then one more time back into it. I don't like that. So I think it's just consolidating going into the weekend. I'd be interested in seeing, and I was interested in seeing it today, trade below these relative equal lows, rebalance this, and then pick up orders and go north, trade into that area. Blue skies. But just wasn't having it today. But that's okay. And let's go to Euro. All right, and back out to the daily. I think I got lucky on this one. I already looked at it. All right, so we have the euro dollar that traded up into, good grief. Now you can see why I prefer PowerPoint, right? I can deal with the ICT. Don't worry about it, man. I got you. All right, so we had the SIBI in here, rebalance that. Just a little bit higher than I would have liked to see, but that's still good, right? And the body's respecting it. It breaks lower. And then the heaviness that we were looking for in that blue line that I promised my son we would see. In your face, boy. So we had the sell side liquidity in here taken. Really nice aggressive run in there. And the body's respecting that imbalance. So let me take you out to the weekly chart so you can appreciate that level. So I know it's been a while since you've seen me show it to you. Okay, let me rub this. Listen to that. Let me scrub that over there. The low and the high. Okay, so we have buy side imbalance, sell side efficiency, consequent encroachment, small little portion left open, and that was dealt with rather handsomely this week. Really nice. So from a technical perspective, we're going to continue looking for lower prices, obviously, but I don't have a real hard target for it other than this next little imbalance in here with that order block. Okay, so this one in here is the next one. And let me see if I can just roll this over here. See that? Rub and scrub and then roll. These are all technical terms. You're expected to know this, and there will be an exam. It's a kid. So we have this area here. That's what I'm looking for the downside. If things like really accelerate, obviously we're going to look for that low to be taken because you can pretty much see what this is, right? All right, make your sell model. So we have the hourly chart now. I know I'm in rare form today. I spent the last 48 hours doing latency tests on TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab and look at the charts I'm using for TradingView. So I think I got everything fine-tuned. So from an algorithmic stance, I think I'm prepared to do some interesting things this year. But we'll get to that, obviously, on the other side of summer. All right, so we have euro dollar hourly chart bumping up underneath this discount level on the SIBI. See that? And do we start the week, gap up, fill it, then come back up in here, fill that in, and then reject or go higher? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I'd rather see it, obviously, just stay heavy and just roll over. But, we're going to get what we get. And again, in perspective, that's that new area down there. Right. It's a little wider, isn't it? Yeah. All right, in the 15-minute time frame. Nothing really too exciting in here. Had a little rebalance, came back up. Couldn't even get back into this SIBI any deeper than it did here. So Forex was kind of a snore fest today. Let's go into pound dollar. And daily chart. So I didn't get my level on dollar, obviously. Got real close to it, but cable pretty much walked the line for us this week, so that was good. It traded down into that low imbalance. Really nice. Came back up into the bearish order block. Almost. Doesn't quite look like it hit that, does it? No, it doesn't. But that was something to watch in here. And didn't quite get up into it. Let's extend that out in time. Nope, fell short of it. Just a sloppy consolidation day. Favoring weakness still, okay? Yeah, just all over the place. Back and forth, seek and destroy. High, low, high taken out, high taken out. Where's the lows? Right in here. It didn't quite get down to it, but I guarantee if you had a live trade on, your broker would have handshake that real easy. All right, so we have just a consolidation. Trading up in this area here, breaker. So we'll see if it can trade softer and approach this area down here for sell side liquidity. Let's check out the futures market. Actually, no. Let's go. Look, I said gold. Gold was what chart did I use? I'm working out a net tonight, folks. No, it wasn't that. I think I used. Oh, good grief. I think it was. I think I would have used February, but I think that's what I grabbed. Yep, that's what I used. Still good enough. All right, so I mentioned the volume and balance, both of them creating the island reversal. Right there. Trades up into it nicely. Distribution. I told you on this day when we were doing analysis that we would trade below this low, attack the volume and balance here, and the low over here, and then over here, this one as well. Okay, we did get to trade below that low. Didn't quite get into volume and balance yet, but nice little move. It's at 10. Well, not quite yet. Is it really 10? Low, yep. So it's 10. I can't count here. 10, 20, 30, almost 40-ish. Okay, so about $4,000 worth of movement on gold. But it's a market, like I said, it's an event-driven market, so I'm not always in here trying to look for an opportunity, but when it was making something available, obviously, I'll let you know. That's a nice little move in here for a short-term trade after filling in the civvy. Now we'll go over to E-mini S&P. And there's the business there. I mentioned on, no, I didn't mention it here. I mentioned it on the NASDAQ. Let's go to that one. Apologize. I mentioned on this day right here, I believe that was capitulation. And then we had this really ruthless consolidation in here. Just back and forth, back and forth. Unless you're a range-bound trader and you're really comfortable trading like that, this can chew you up real quick, real fast. But the low was in, and then we had intraday reversal today, which I'll teach a little bit more, obviously, in the YouTube channel, but I want to give you the insights that I'm not going to share there. If you look at the consequent encroachment of this level in here, or this wick, tail, whatever you want to call it, let's put that in right now. Man, I am all kinds of disorganized today. My battery's screaming at me. You only have 15% left. Here he is against all odds. ICT. 14. See, these are all the things that you don't hear. These are all the things that I'm doing when I'm doing the commentary, but I just edited it all out. I think somebody asked one of my sons on Telegram, they said, is your dad like this all the time? Like witty and sarcastic? And my son, I think, told him, yeah, he even laughs at his own jokes. I'm just, I'm enjoying it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm enjoying it. So we're looking at this range here. All right, so we had consequent encroachment. Now watch the magic. Okay, we have this consolidation back and forth, beating everybody up. They're looking for a break higher. They're looking for a break lower. They're looking for anything. They're looking for lunch money because they are getting destroyed back and forth because they're looking for the next move. And you can't do that. You got to look at rejection blocks. You got to look at previous highs and lows and wait for them to go right back to the middle of the range. This is not the middle of the range. Okay, this line is not the middle of the range. It is consequent encroachment on that daily candle, which is what I told you earlier in the week. Now, look closely. You're going to see me talk about the break in market structure here, the fair value gap, the return back in for the PM session trade. Okay. The order block also. That's great. That's by itself. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. What's the low on this candle right there? 114.058 3/4. It's only off less than one handle. It's 3 ticks off of the low of the PM session. That's what gave me confidence to trade in here. Now, I was obviously trading from the house, entering the trade. I saw it right away, put the market order on, and then I was out and about, and I saw it, gave me an alert, and then I closed the trade, which is why you see on the YouTube channel, I posted that showing you that this is a live trade. Okay, I took a live trade in here and wrote it all the way up here. Boom. 1,200 and some ticks. Okay, over 300 and I think 15 handles or 314 handles. That's not a scalp. That's not some Mickey Mouse little rinky-dink black box system. Okay, this is mastery. This is understanding. This is dialed in. This is the algorithm. Okay? The idea of looking for these swings when it doesn't give it to you in the morning, no problem. If you have the market structure in play, which I don't want to steal the thunder from the YouTube lesson, okay? But this right here was the main thing, this level right there, that's the main thing that I teach. And again, because we're not supply and demand, I'm cutting through all these candles over here where, Online Trading Academy and Sam Seiden and all those guys, they can't look through candles. They got to look at something fresh. Well, this setup is fresh. You can't get any fresher than that. Okay, it's perfect. It's beautiful. But you have the imbalance order block as well, and then it sends it higher. And it was attacking old high back here. Okay, this level back here or up here was just me rounding it to 14,410. And then when I got an alert and saw it trading above, I just closed it. Done. I wanted to put a limit order in at 14,440. I just kept seeing it all morning. I'm thinking, it's going up there. It's going up there. I don't know. I just didn't want to put the limit order in. I was waiting to see if I was going to get some kind of in the moment type of acceleration and say, okay, here it is. So I was basically naked up here. I didn't have any limits and nothing. And I was just waiting for that alert to come on. Because once it started to rip away from that area, I knew I was in. That this was done. Okay. Because we already traded below. See, I'm already teaching the lesson. Let me hold that off until Tuesday. Okay. But here's the secret that you're not going to see me talk about that red level there. That's the wick or consequent encouragement of the wick on the daily chart on the day I told you it was capitulation. So it's not going to start to move higher. Let's go back up to the daily because I'm going to kind of show you where I think it might be drawing to. See the volume imbalance right there? Even though support and resistance guys are going to look at this level here and say, yeah, this is where it's going to go. We've already done that and it didn't really move lower. So I'm thinking it's going to go up to this area in here. So have that on your chart. And I think that's going to be it for today. I don't have much battery left and my sugar high's wearing off. So we're trading up here, I think. Okay, once it gets there, it'll be interesting to see what we get. You would need to come obviously above it and pick up some support in either one of those three levels, which is premium, consequent encouragement, or discount low. Preferably, I'd like to see it go up there, hit it, find some resistance there and start to sell off. That would be really, really interesting. But that makes it harder for dollar to go down, which makes it harder for commercial bull markets and commodities. So there's a whole lot of intermarket relationships there that's, I want one thing for one, and I don't want some other things for another. Okay, so, but I got to get some sleep. Like I said, last 48 hours, I was literally hammering TD Ameritrade over and over and over again with what entries over and over and over again and testing what their feedback would be on many, many trades, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So anyway, you'll see more about that as we go throughout the year. You will. The public isn't going to see that. But the idea is, these setups obviously work. And hopefully, over the course of this year, you'll grow into being a better price and tape reader for these indices. That's going to be it for today. I'll touch base with you on Monday, Lord willing. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe.